You recording, bro? Alright, dudes. My name is Rod, part of Newly Opposed. I play lead guitar every now and then, alright? But we just faking it until we make it. So, right now we about to show you my gear. It's not a lot, but it does the job, alright? Come here. Let me show you. Alright, so where do we start? Fuck, I don't know. We do kind of got a lot going on. Alright, we'll start with the amp because that is obviously more important, in my opinion. If you're a gearhead, and I hope you are, you know what the fuck this is. Rock Reverb Mark 300 watt, alright? Comboed with a 4x12 Mesa, alright? Now the Mesa is special in my opinion because it was in early 2000s and those V30s, I don't know if the stars aligned that year or something, but they just come out really fucking good, bruh. Honestly, really fucking good. So yeah, we got these two comboed. So typically the way I EQ this shit, Orange makes it super fucking simple. If you're on the clean channel, you just got treble and bass. It's really, I mean, there's not that much to it, right? But you crank it to the dirty channel, you definitely get a little more options, and by a little I just really mean the mids. But honestly, I crank the mids pretty low because Oranges are already mid heavy, so we kind of want to get away from that for the modern metal shit that we're trying to make. So cool thing about this though, we got an attenuator. How many fucking times do you see an attenuator on a fucking amp? Never. I'll answer that. Never. All right, but we got it. Studio recordings, it comes in way handy, but obviously when we rage and play in shows and shit like that, you crank it all the way down. You don't really need an attenuator. So there's really not much to it. I typically like to use the amp distortion for 90% of the set. And really for one song, I'll crank on like a Rev G4. So segue into the fucking pedal board that we got over here. So I don't know if you could tell all the cables next to the wonderful Liquid Deaths, but we do the 4-cable method over here. We don't fuck around, right? So going front of the amp, noise suppressor, pretty fucking, I mean, run of the mill, you really don't need that much. And we do generate a lot of noise with a lot of the distortion that we have, so I pretty much crank that all the way. Honestly, standard tuner, subpar as fuck. I've had that since I was 16, and it's still fucking holding up, so I'll never buy another one. This one's a cool, unique boutique Doom saw by the brand Does It Doom. If you've never fucking heard of them, look them the fuck up because they're doing some dope shit. They're typically in the doom metal sound, but you can definitely use it to boost your fucking your distorted sound if you just want to get a solo in or get your extra chugs in. It's one fucking knob, bro, and it's insane. You can tell I have it cranked all the way low, and I'll show you in a bit. But you don't have to just crank that shit, and it does all the work for you. All right, so last one, front of the amp, we got the Rev G4, fucking beautiful, astounding, godsend. But that's the only one I use for one song typically. I like the fucking head distortion, but this is what we got, front of the amp. All right, so now what we got going on in the back is the modulated shit. That's the fun stuff, the fucking shoegazy stuff that we like to incorporate in our shit, right? And I'm working on getting some more, but this is what we got right now. So we got an octave pedal. When you're doing your chug shit, you're doing your heavy shit, you got the fucking bass just fucking, when you want it to kick just a little bit more, with the amp distortion, it's just fucking beautiful, bruh. I promise you. And I typically just use it for like the sub channel. So then we got that going into the fucking Strymon, which is a goddamn, I don't know, it's a jack of all trades. It can do it all. It's a looper pedal, it's a fucking delay pedal, reverb, goddamn, you name it. But yeah, I typically just use it for some modulation. I'll hold the tab right here, and then I'll fuck around with like the time, and it starts to get all wonky, but like in a nice way. You know, it gets sloppy on like a nice way. So that one's fun for some shoegaze shit. And then we go into the fucking reverb, because if you don't have a reverb, what the fuck is you doing? Hall of Fame #2. I never take it out of the church channel. The church channel is just like pristine, as reverb as it gets. I've tried a few, and it's sitting next to the cathedral, and we'll talk about that. But if you're looking for a reverb pedal, fucking Hall of Fame 2, inexpensive, and it'll do the job just right. So then it goes into the last one, which is the Cathedral Stadio Reverb by Electro Harmonics. Now, it took me a while to get used to this one, I'll be honest with you, But once I dialed it in just right on the fucking, and it's not even on the right setting, but on the grailed filter, it just does fucking wonders. If you got these 3 cranked, and you really don't need 3, but if you have 2 out of these 3 with this, fucking amazing. And then yeah, we got the Phoenix power supply, because you want clean power. You don't want that shit to go out mid-show, mid-recording, any of that. I've had it happen with these Voodoo Labs, and Voodoo is cool and all, but some of these pedals require a little more power, so you gotta stay on top of that shit. And as far as the patching cables, I'm actually kind of proud of that, but they're all like these gold tip, like really, really solid fucking patching cables, so you need that if you want clean signal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we got the amp distortion channel switch right here. Get the dirty channel, it's cranked all the way up. But that's really my main distortion. It comes from the head itself. So I think we should move on to the guitars, right? Okay. So for now, I got 2. I'm working on the 3rd one. You'll see that soon. But this has been my fucking workhorse, bruh. For almost a year. It's the Jim Root Telecaster. This is like one of the first models that he came out with before he started putting like the Jaguar or like the Jazzmaster type model. Made in Mexico, fucking locking tuners, string through, a little battle scar here, but goddamn EMG pickups right here, 3-way selector, volume knob, you really don't need that much, and it's pretty to look at. And you get that nice slappy Telecaster, like classic tone, but pushed with the fucking EMGs, it's insane. So yeah, this is really my main workhorse whenever I'm working on anything drop C. Is typically what we work in. So this is for my drop C bullshit. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Oh, by the way, the Marzio strap locks. Sponsor us, bro. Come on, we got them on all of our shit. It's the only way to go. If you use a regular strap locks, what the fuck is you doing? You ain't fucking with us. All right. This is a new fucking bad boy, bruh. LTD Deluxe. I think it's called an Eclipse model. So it's a 7-string that we use for either drop A or like drop E for typically 8 strings, but I use the 7 strings just for the heavier gauge, right? And then we got the fucking Evertune, bro. That is such a flex for me because I've always wanted an Evertune. Some people hate on that shit, but they can fuck off, honestly, because it sounds really fucking amazing. So honestly, if they got a problem, come see me. Not really, though. 3-way selector, but really, honestly, I just use the bridge pickup because it sounds, it like snarls. It just sounds like it bites. It just like does what it needs to do. But for the lower strings, man, it really cuts through. And I'm about to play some for you a little bit, but no locking tuners on this, string through. But the biggest flex is that Evertune. It's really a lifesaver. When you're in those lower tunings, you don't want that shit to go out of tune, so super fucking convenient. And of course, we got the DiMarzio strap locks. You heard. All right, so that's what we got, honestly. That third guitar is going to be a baritone, so stay tuned for that shit, because we got some more songs that have that very, very low tuning, and the baritone's going to come in clutch. So, yeah, that's what we got right now. So I think we're going to do some playing. We're going to fuck around and do our shit. Did I miss anything? Do you want to see the picks I use? Do you want to know the strings I use? Yeah. So we got the drop C tuning. I'm just going to play a little riff from our new single, Butterflies. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on YouTube, Spotify, all streaming platforms. And look us up on Instagram, too. But I'm going to play the little riff from our breakdown. And really for that, I just use the head distortion because it's gnarly as fuck. But that's pretty much it to it. I was on the neck pickup. Typically I'm on the bridge, but you get the gist. And then the breakdown for the actual chorus is just So we're gonna do some of the shoegazier stuff that we typically tend to do. So this is from our last single, Invincible, and this is the intro that isn't necessarily verbatim from what we released, but through playing it more, it's kind of something that we shifted. And that's just a little modulation that we use, and it tends to vary from the show, but that's typically how it goes. And then I'll move on to Lore, which is a new song that we're working on. We do that in drop A on a 7-string. And that's the one that I only use the rev for. That's really the only one. For this one, I feel like you need that extra oomph, and it just does it for me, so. That's kind of what we work on. So as you can see, I use the Does It Doom pedal. I still need to do some tweaking. Again, it's a new song, so we're working on it, but that's what we've been doing. So again, appreciate it, dudes.